Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Move this a little. Work stuff. Hello, everyone. How's it going? Hi, Alessandro from Utah. I ran a beer. Alex. Good to see everybody for a preview, considering this might be, unfortunately, the last game for a little while. 10 days if they do this silly thing with canceling weekend matches. Next Thursdays would surely go ahead, considering it would be somewhere else. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to just hang out for a little bit before the match, talk about, of course, the starting lineup, which has a few surprises. The biggest surprise that I can see here is Eriksen starting again. Oh, I even wrote Bruno on the stupid thing. Let me fix this. Let me fix it. I even wrote Bruno on the stupid thing. That's so stupid. Like, I literally wrote it because I was thinking, I don't even have the right thing selected. That was my expected, wasn't it? No, I have the right thing. That was my expected. There's the correct one. That was my expected. There's what actually happened. There we go. I thought I got the wrong. Picture put up there. Excuse me. Yeah. What did I have? I'm just going to compare this again. What I had expected pretty much was as expected. I think the biggest thing was with Malaysia injured, Shaw injured, Malaysia being in the team. I expected Bruno instead of Eriksen, but I guess Eriksen is as fit as can be. Elanga playing instead of Sancho or Rashford, both getting a rest. I'm sure they will both be subbed on at some point. Eriksen's converted to Iron Man with pacemaker. Yeah, I feel that. Hi, Jazzy from Jamaica. Nice to hear from you. Thank you. So yeah, there we go. I had the wrong image up there. I thought so. I was like, hang on a second. I'm pretty sure I did this after the announcement came out. I think Rashford's fine. He was in full training with everybody. Thank you, Bilal. He's not on the bench? Did I miss that? I thought that would have been like major news. We get the triple. No, he's not on the bench. Maybe he's just got the day off. That's interesting, Martinez. I mean, making space for the kids. You got McNeil, Garnacho, Iqbal, Fredrickson, all on the bench. So interesting. Didn't see that. No, today I'm drinking a Zevia. These are sugar-free drinks. Dubravka, maybe it's a little bit too early. Maybe cup games, maybe like the League Cup, he'll get a start. Fredrickson out of the blue. I know, that's nice. Nice to see a lot of the kids on the bench. I think Rashford's fine. He was in training yesterday. Let me go look and see if make sure I'm not crazy. Training. Yeah, he's right there, smiling and Myron on the bench. Not on the bench, but was in training, so is what it is. Thoughts on De Gea starting and not Dubravka Keaton? I think it's just too soon, to integrate a new goalkeeper, probably. Maybe he's happy with how De Gea has played the last few games. I'm still not, because I still think it's a lot of lumping passes, unfortunately. Ooh, did I point that too low? Yep, a little bit. Lumping passes, unfortunately. No more updates on the ownership situation from what I said the other day. A good article came out today from Mark Ogden going over the situation, talking about how, as I said, if they got a good offer, they would sell. And I know that to be true, and I know that there are parties currently working on it. So, that's the reality of it. I'm really excited to see Casemiro, Fred midfield with Eriksen or Bruno. It doesn't matter. That midfield, Casemiro and Fred, I think is going to be exceptional, and it's very good to see that coming out. What youth player are you excited to see today? I would say Garnacho. I think he's going to get a chance off the bench. I think he's the most ready to play at this level in terms of a forward. I think he's got the most chance to make an actual impact. And he's such a direct player. He's the type who, when he comes on, he's liable to actually get involved. And so I'm excited to see that. I think it'll be like this 4-3-3 type of deal. I think it's going to be real similar. I mean, it hasn't been exactly it's not exactly like that in terms of the formation, right? Let me go back to what I showed about how we've been playing. You've got this diamond down at the bottom, McTominay, Martinez, Varane, Dalot. Will figure Lindelof where Martinez is, Maguire where Varane is, Dalot where Dalot is, Casemiro where McTominay is, Eriksen where he is, and Fred where Bruno is. That's likely how it's going to look in game. It's not really either. It's going to be that kind of average position. So Casemiro being that anchor, Fred pushed up high with Eriksen. I think if he starts on the left, I'd be interested to see if Fred starts on the left or... Crap, where was I? If Fred starts on the left, then he's going to be swapping with Malaysia quite a bit there. Wish I could... Can I do this? Can I show? I'm new to all of this stuff, so I'm trying to see. Can I show like my cursor on Streamlabs? I don't know if I can. I don't think I can. I don't know how. I don't know how to show my cursor so I could like make little lines on things, but I don't know what happened. Luke Shaw was not in training apparently, so there's an injury there. People told me that yesterday. Did not know. Wan-Bissaka isn't, and he is. I mean, he's going to get a chance, but he also had a personal situation. He's on the bench. We'll see what's happening. We'll see what's happening there. How come all the other youngsters but not Mainu? Well, there are limitations, right, to the number of players named on the bench. I don't think Mainu is quite as ready to be on the bench as some of these other midfielders who've been training with the first team for a bit longer. The midfield especially. Today... Some sort of announcement. Sorry, it was just some sort of announcement from the EFL about the fixtures. It says consideration and respect. I imagine the Premier League will be similar. Will be discussed with the government and wider sports sector during the period ahead. So I don't know that it's confirmed whether they'll put anything off or not. I guess we'll find out soon. Donny van de Beek is injured. I don't need this in my ear. Donny van de Beek is injured. Yes, he is injured. It's very, very hot here. It's 100-something degrees at the moment. No, 97, 98. It hit near 100 again recently. And okay, people telling me not the time to do a stream ahead of the match. Why? Sorry to say, but the match is going ahead. I don't see anything wrong with having a world doesn't necessarily revolve around one thing. With no disrespect intended. Hope we get Osimhen next summer. Was brilliant last night against Liverpool. Yeah, I have enjoyed watching Liverpool's kind of collapses. You know, I think that them and Chelsea are a bit in crisis at the moment. Liverpool have looked so flat. Their work rate defensively, their energy is terrible. Osimhen ripped through them. That midfielder absolutely ripped through them. How do you get injured without playing? With regards to Donny, yeah, I don't know how you manage that, to be honest. But he's just not been very fit so well. My top 4 prediction right now would be City, Spurs, United, and Arsenal. I think those are the 4 best teams in the country at the moment, pretty clearly. That's my opinion there. Um, something else I wanted to say. A watch along. I'm actually doing a watch along in Patreon with the people in there. It's just a perk that I give in there to do that, just to add something of value to that kind of area and community. In July, I said we'll finish above Liverpool and Chelsea in Discord. Yeah, I mean, I said the same things. A lot of people disagreed. Garnacho's on the bench. If I'm not mistaken, I was just looking at that. He's there, right? Yeah, there he is, Garnacho. He's on the bench. It's not like the team has been in a position or the, everything has been in a position where Ten Hag can rotate way too much right now. So I don't think you'll get a lot of youth playing in the league at the moment. I think as we get into Europa, League Cup, FA Cup, you're going to start seeing more of that. I know you can't rule out Liverpool. They go through moments. I'm just saying their midfield looks so weak to me. It's falling apart, aging. They just can't keep up the energy anymore. Trent looks awful at the back. Their center back options are limited. Virgil van Dijk looks like a shell of his former self. And I just think that there's it's September, so I'm not going to say too much more on it, but yeah. What's going on? There's a bot that's supposed to remove you when you stop paying, but it doesn't seem to work. So just toss me your username and I'll kick you out. How Liverpool's defense look awful when there's no midfield protection. And that's what I'm so excited to see about this. Maguire, Lindelof in now with Casemiro ahead. I want to see the difference. And I want to see the difference there. I want to see the difference now, especially with Fred in the team too. Sorry, I've just been a little unwell too. Lindelof would be pretty rusty today. Get fit, otherwise he'll be in. Lindelof's all right. Lindelof will be okay. Thank you. Let's see here. Just seeing if there's anything else interesting. Yeah. Yeah, the Ogden article I mentioned is very interesting. Discussed a lot of what we were talking about the other day about how, the club would sell, that they would sell, and that speculation around them selling is there. It's not clear. It's not like they've come out and said we're for sale, but there's disagreements with people. In terms of the games, it's interesting. So the BHA, I guess that's your British Horse Administration or whatever the heck it is, have announced all horse racing meetings tonight and tomorrow are suspended as a mark of respect. So they're not going for 10 days. It's just today and tomorrow. The announcement from the EFL was consideration in respect of EFL fixtures will be discussed with the government and the wider sports sector during the period ahead, and an appropriate announcement will be made at the earliest opportunity. So the other sports, I don't know much about it, but the other sport, the horse racing, have suspended fixtures or their races for 2 days. So it's not like they've canceled things for the next 10 days. I don't know how your country works in that regard. The last example we have was when John F. Kennedy was assassinated, and they played games the next day. And that was an assassination. 9/11 was the only time sports were canceled in the U.S., outside of COVID, obviously, for other reasons, for something like that happening, but very rare to see. So we'll see what happens to your... In England with all of this, but I don't think anybody knows necessarily for sure. I don't think that there's a guarantee. My hope is, obviously selfishly hoping that nothing changes. I don't think that would be that much disagreement from most people not to just have things go on. It's difficult with all of this, with games at the weekend, with the World Cup coming up, for things to interfere with the schedule and all of that. So anyway, let's see. I'm excited for the game tonight. I think the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to with this lineup is Fred, Casemiro, Eriksen. That midfield has potential to be one of the best midfields we've seen at United in a long time. It has potential to look really good. I think it's going to be exceptional. I think it's going to be really exceptional. It has everything. I've been excited to see this. Casemiro, Fred, as I've said many times, obviously works for Brazil, does really well for them. I'm curious to see how it sets up. I'm curious to see Lindelof and Maguire with Casemiro ahead, because as I was talking about in the video yesterday, in terms of the needs, in terms of Ten Hag's overall kind of job for the rest of the year at United, it's can they get people going? Can they get a lot of this whole squad going so it's not just an 11, but a full team? If we want to compete among all competitions, we need Lindelof and Maguire. We're going to need that full midfield contingent. Casemiro, Fred, Scott, Bruno, Eriksen, because 3 guys can't play every game, and obviously we need Casemiro getting into form. Ronaldo going, Antony another start. We need all of that. So I'm hoping to see this work out well. It's a strong team. I mean, what's interesting about it is when you take the Arsenal game, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 changes, and it's still stronger than our first 11 last year. That's good. That's good. This is 6 changes from the first 11 that beat Arsenal and Liverpool. 6 changes. I think that's positive when you can see things like the 5 changes from Liverpool because Elanga started. Who's calling? But it's a lot of changes, a lot of things changing, and seeing a team that can still be this strong, that has a great midfield, a good attack with Ronaldo, Antony. I'm a little worried there. And a back line that's at least as good as last year's with 5 changes is a really good thing. From Nigeria, thanks for them updates. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of the community. What time is it over there, James? Cheers from Norway. It is 12:30 right now in the afternoon. Ten Hag calling Rhodesy to get this strategy for the game. I don't know about that. But yeah, that's what I'm interested. I'm interested in the back line. I'm curious to see if it's going to be, again, settling in deep, or if it's going to be kind of going for it. I want to see United be more aggressive. I want to see United dominate possession a little higher up. I think Casemiro and Fred is going to be huge for that in allowing us to win the ball higher. It's different to McTominay, who's really just sitting deep, bullying and such. It has much more potential to control the midfield, in my opinion, rather than settle in a little bit. I think it has much more potential for control in the midfield with this setup, and that's what I'd like to see. More possession. I have a little bit of worry about where the goals come from. Elanga is a horrible finisher. I'm sorry to say, he's not a good goal scorer. Obviously, there's goals in Ronaldo. Antony's not totally much of a goal scorer, even though, of course, his first move was to score a goal, in his opening game. But that's my actual only concern with this, is where the goals come from. Obviously, Eriksen and Fred can do so. Crosses into Ronaldo will be hopefully a threat. But I'm only worried just a little bit about goal scoring, and that's the biggest thing. But you don't need much. Maybe a set piece or something too. You obviously have a lot of threat there. You've got 2 left foots in Fred and Antony who can both put crosses in from the left side, and that should provide some interesting balance. Even if you flip-flop them, you've got a left footer or a right footer on both sides. So, yeah. Antony back post cross to CR7 for a header. I know, that's Ten Hag's bread and butter. Early prediction. We need that goal from Eriksen. I've ordered a Casemiro kit. This sounds terribly like shilling. I don't have a big thing about the kits thing from the Glazers because they've already got their money. I feel that kits more support the players than anybody else. The teams don't make crap from kit sales. It's about the sponsorship overall. So I don't really mind buying kits. But got a Casemiro kit coming and an Eriksen kit coming. They did the 25% off last week or something like that. But I need a goal from Eriksen. This is my favorite midfield here. But Eriksen and Casemiro too. I'm just so excited to see them play. Two of my favorite players of the last decade, and the fact that they're on United now is awesome. I'm so excited to see that. As excited as I've been about anybody. I don't usually buy kits, but Bruno, Eriksen, Casemiro, the three I've bought, and before that I hadn't bought one for ages and ages. But some players I just get excited about seeing play at United, and those are two of them. Those are two of them. Let's see. There's probably not a ton else about the leading up to the game. Eriksen is a machine, so I've actually got something I can say about this. Well, I can't give away all of the details about it. I've wanted Eriksen to get a rest. You've ordered the De Jong 21 kit. No, don't do that. I've always supported Eriksen, yeah. But with regards to Eriksen, I cannot say how I know this, but I got this is the most one of the craziest things I heard through summer, or was given through summer. But here's the fact, and I want to make something very clear on this. Eriksen's heart is extremely, extremely healthy, and I mean extremely healthy. He's been monitored since the incident with the thing that's in his chest. And I'll just say this, he would not have been signed for United if there was even the slightest hint of anything wrong with his body or heart at this point in time. From all monitoring, he has not had a single incident of concern, hint of concern, something that shows up as off since the monitor was put in. And he's one of the fittest players. He always was an incredibly fit player. And so it's not necessarily surprising to see this. I always think, well, he's got to, but then he got basically a 2-year rest in the middle of his career here. 1.5-year rest. Right in the middle of his career. And his heart is extremely healthy. So, he's a machine. But it's good to see. I did say this as well. And I'm real curious to see this. I could see a point in time where Bruno and Eriksen are rotating. I know they combined really well in Arsenal and in big games, that extra attacking threat. But Bruno and Eriksen rotating a little bit more with Fred and Casemiro as the midfield, I could see moving forward, simply because it gives you a little bit more control instead of just, I want to just show this again. The way we've played the last few weeks, settling in deep, really attacking, super high ratio of progressive passing. So it's like very, very fast transitions, but not a lot of settling in and controlling the game. Casemiro and Fred may give you a bit more of that, and with only one of Bruno or Eriksen. So you're not always on the up going forward, fast, because they both have a tendency to just get the ball forward really quickly. So I'm just curious to see if this is for now or this is something for the future, to see more of, one of Eriksen or Bruno at a time, give them more rest as we move into the major things, and maybe, pick big game and small game teams. Yeah, well, I call it Ollie ball. I mean, I would definitely say it's more Ollie ball. It was fast in transition, and there were very much Ten Hag tenants, but it was fast in transition. It was the setup was a little different in settling into that Ten Hag's diamond-shaped defense with a fullback kind of moving in and out and the 5 channels. But it was much more. It's a mixture of Ten Hag and Ollie ball, and that makes sense because that's what the team's familiar with. That's where some of the strengths are in guys like Rashford, Bruno, etc., and moving quicker. The team I'm looking at right now looks more like it would fit Ten Hag ball. Lindelof and Maguire passing from deep. Casemiro settling into that base. Dalot on the right. A little more possession, a little more pressing with Anthony Elanga as machines pressing, Fred pressing, Eriksen pressing. And you still get a little bit more control. So I think this team almost reflects Ten Hag ball a bit more than what we've been seeing, and we'll see that in the game today. Well, you don't like De Gea and Maguire in the same team, and I get that. I wanted to point this out again here too. Martinez and Maguire in the first 2 weeks, look how isolated they were. I mean, that's the problem right there. When you look on screen and you see those them two down at the bottom, this is the first 2 weeks. We dominated possession, but look at that. Look how isolated they were. Like, that's insane. And if you want to look at why we struggled, that's the answer right there, why we give up so many goals. Martinez and Maguire were just by themselves, and they don't support each other. They're both aggressive players. And then when you look at week 3 to 6, again, McTominay deep and Dalot deep. So you're getting 2 extra defenders and a real base, and I think that Casemiro in there will help. You'd just like to see the same shape 15 yards higher. Rashford, Sancho, Lango a bit closer to the box. McTominay or Casemiro up by the halfway line, and everybody pushed up just a little bit more, and that would be kind of the ideal for how it looks in game. So I'm curious to see after the game what the shape was like. Eriksen, Bruno, Fred, McTominay, Casemiro, McTominay is our midfield. Yeah, I think that is potentially correct. Sociedad aren't as aggressive on the press. That makes sense. You can't keep Maguire on his own on the touchline. He has no recovery pace. Well, I totally agree. I totally do agree. And I think in this setup, I just want to go back to this. I need to figure out how to draw things on screen while I'm on Streamlabs. But what I'm wondering is if you don't see Maguire where Dalot is. Imagine it's shifted the other way. I'm trying to think how to describe this. Lindelof as the deepest. Maguire on the right. Malaysia being the one tucked in with Casemiro, and Dalot further up to pitch. I think you could see that because Lindelof is the cover center back. I'm curious. I'm trying to think how I could show this on the screen real quick here. Let me do something. No, that's not gonna work. I don't know how to do these things. I'm not so savvy about doing this on the fly. I should have figured it out ahead of time. Hold on, I'm gonna see something. Let me see if I can do something real fast. Let me see if I can do something here. One sec. I'm just trying to figure out how to be silly and do things on the fly because I haven't figured this out. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at this yet. Hold on one sec. Let me see. Let's see. Let me just do some drawing. Nope. Let's make it yellow. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, this is it. This is the play. Yep, here we go. I'm figuring it out. I'll show this on the screen in 1 second. There we go. Alright, we're good. Oh man, this is terrible. Honestly, I'm so bad at this stuff. But I was just trying to demonstrate what I could rent out at the Monday Night Football studio. I'm trying to demonstrate my idea for how you'd see the back line work, but man, I am not good at this. Let me see if I can do this right. So you go more like 2, 5, 18, 12 with 20 up here. 17, 14. Yeah, making that little diamond shape. Let's see. 1 sec. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to do something on the fly. see. Let's make this smaller. This is not my forte of this stuff. I've never, like I said, I haven't usually done these streams, so bear with me. Bear with me. Export selection. Bam, let's do that. All right. Let me do this. Let me do that. All right, one sec. Done, okay. I'm gonna just pull this up here real quick and look at my my horrible drawing. So, let me just move this out of the way. So I'm thinking in terms of like when you compare it to this, in terms of that diamond in the forearm, this is my super expert rendition here. Maybe having Maguire be on the right of the diamond, Malaysia tucked in, Casemiro dropping into the top of the diamond, Lindelof at the base, Dalot pushing up. So kind of the 3 to 6. I was in fact using paint. I was in fact using paint to do this. So thank you. Thank you. I was in fact using paint to do this. So you're welcome for the masterpiece. But yeah, that's my idea. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I look at it when you compare it to this. You know, with Dalot tucked in, just flip it. Flip it the other way around. Flip it the other way around. Flip it the exact other way around. Dalot's up, Malaysia tucking in. I think that would be how it works with Lindelof and Maguire. And it's basically the same thing. So there you have it. A masterpiece. A masterpiece of art here. I'm going to save that. Whew, that was tough. That was a rough one, not going to lie. Let me fix this. Now that I've screwed up my entire... Oh, Christ. I screwed up my entire setup here. Oh, man. Yikes. There we go. Nice. All right. Look at me. Figuring it out. Make this handmade piece of beauty the thumbnail for next week. Yeah. I will. Thank you. But yeah, that is that's how I see it at the back there, and then obviously the attack makes a lot of sense. You've already got your 5-channel attack kind of figured out there. Anyway, that's what I've got. So I'm probably gonna end it off here because I gotta get ready. I'm gonna do some streaming and to Patreon for the watch along from the game. But this is what I expect. I'm real excited. We'll review afterwards and see it work and see how this goes. So good for the game. Hope it goes well. Yeah, I'll do a review of the game. I don't know if I'll be able to. I might have time to do it even today right afterwards. I might go live right afterwards. I might have time. Just people aren't in the office today, except for one person who's actually watching my stream right now, and that makes it a little easier. So thanks everybody for watching. I will definitely see you all later. Enjoy the match. Enjoy the game. Hopefully it's not the last one we have to watch for a little while. And hopefully you get a good win. Excited to see it. Thanks for watching. See you later.